Hey guys, doing a sash pack replacement on my single pane windows. Super easy. I know a lot of people have been asking how to do it, and it's really the easiest thing in the world. It's probably the most affordable way to do a window replacement with a double pane. These are double pane Low-E glass windows. Had the grids put on both sides. For a decorative feature, they're PVC windows. If you don't paint them, they have a 9-year warranty. You have to paint them within 9 years, and then they have a lifetime warranty. So for seal failure, any sort of failure of the PVC or whatever. But comes with the balance. These tracks, they go up on the side of the windows. We'll get to that in a minute. But the tracks come with each sash pack. I think these windows were probably about 150 bucks. These balances are about 35. So 185, 190 bucks per window. Well, and then if you want the grids, they charge $8 per square. So they can add up if you want the squares, and depending if you do them on all your windows. A lot of people will do them on the front because that's where the aesthetics matter. People don't care about the back of their house, so they'll just do clear glass. Some people do clear glass on the front, but I don't think it looks good, as good with just clear glass. I like the grids, the traditional look. But anyways, inside this balance, crack this open. This is a 5'2" balance, which means it's 62 inches, 5 feet 2 inches. You get the balance. This is the track. You can see the grooves that the window will slide up in. We've got these little clips where the windows will attach to. We'll go over there in a minute. It has your 4 screw anchor points. The smaller windows will only have 2. The larger ones have 4. So you get the little screw pack. This has 8 screws, 4 for each side. So if you get the smaller window and you have 8 screws and you're wondering where to put them, it's because it's the same pack for the long balance versus the smaller one. Here are the screw holes. Here's the tracks. They actually have the springs in there. You can see the spring here. It's what the window will slide up and down on, and then it's on the other side here for the top and the bottom. Has nice foam insulation on the back, so you don't get any draft. It really does a good job keeping out the air. I've had them in the basement for a while and haven't had any issues. But we'll show you the install and go over stuff. Okay, here's the removal process for the single pane windows. They've got the standard lock and the standard aluminum track. So what we're gonna have to do is take a Sawzall or a regular saw. Sawzall is way easier. We're gonna cut right along this grid here. If you cut into the glass is gonna shatter and it's gonna go everywhere. So try cut down here, and then as soon as you get to the edge, stop, because it will hit the glass and then you'll shatter it and everything will go all over the place. Here's the balance, the aluminum balance. Take pliers, springs in behind this one, but if you take pliers and pull it out there, they'll pop right out, and they'll have a pin in the top and the bottom. We'll show you that here, but you can see that little pin right here behind my bracket for my blind. I don't think I'll need to take that bracket down, but we'll remove that pin once we get it out. Okay, so I just cut the top sash. See where I stopped? Just short of the glass. It'll pop right out. Okay, so now the window's out. You have the tracks still in there. They're aluminum, and they'll just come out with some pliers, or actually, you know, you probably just pull them out with your hand. And there's your empty gap. Grab this pin here. You know, maybe use pliers to get them out. Sometimes they're in there pretty good. So. But once we get these things out, you know, what I like to do is go ahead and clean the corners with a little, you know, paint scraper. You know, maybe get any paint that's built up inside the window frame here. This is where the balances are going to go. This balance, once I clean it up, see the bottom, it's got a pitch to it. It's a 14.5 pitch sill. So it matches the bottom. This should go behind the bracket up there, and you see a little cutout. It'll go back behind there and tuck in. But I think I'm probably gonna have to take that blind bracket off just to make my job a little easier. We'll put it back when we're done. Okay, now that the window frame is prepared, we will install the balances. So what I'm going to do, slide this up in there, and then if you look down at the bottom, it doesn't really go in very good. So what I do is I take this part and I bend it out, or just keep my hand there, and then I'll use my other hand to feed it in. So here's how it bends, because you want it to be a nice snug fit. So I'll push the bottom in all the way, and then I'll attach the screws so it's nice and snug. These homes are 30 years old. They don't always set into the tracks very easily. Sometimes they need a little bit of encouragement. So what I like to do is get the top one in first, and then the bottom, and I'll attach a screw here in the first hole, and then I'll attach a screw in the top hole there, and then there's two more screws, you know, one in the top middle and the top bottom. Okay, I've got the tracks in there now, all 4 screws on both sides, and there are springs that I'm going to insert the sashes into. You can see them. I need to back out a little bit, but there's clips that, there you go, that have a spring attached to them, and that's where the sashes go, and there's little clips on there, but these are designed to squish in, because you squeeze them in and they'll tilt out. So the window is going to squish those in and give it a nice snug fit. Okay, here are the sashes we're using. This is the top one here, and these are the little clips that will end up going into the window. So there's a couple on both sides, and they're going to be on the bottom of each piece, and they're just going to go into the track. All right, got them installed. Now we have these the openings for the track, the springs. Those 2 holes on the top right are for my blind bracket that I'll install here in a minute. But here's an option you can buy. They're little decorative inserts. You can see one end is a little bit concaved, and the other side's flat. Well, that spring in there is going to go for the concave side. So we'll spin it around here. Put the curved side against the spring, so the flat side goes in here. And what you want to do is start at the bottom. This way you can slide it down into the track. And then see how it's a little bit longer. You want to get it to just the right side so it goes under there. So I'll just kind of push it in. And just snaps in like that. So now it's a finished product. Nice and clean. Where the other side I haven't put it in yet. So you can be the judge. I think it gives a little bit more insulation. I'm sure there's some sort of draft that may come through those. You just have that foam insert, which is squished in there pretty good. It's pretty heavy duty foam, so I don't expect much air to get through that. But yeah, it's a nice finished product. Super easy. You got 2 locks and double pane, low E, argon gas filled. You can get a 366 low E, which is a little bit darker green tint to it. I didn't really want the dark green tint, so I went with this. And cuts all the UV, like 90% of the UV out, and blocks a tremendous amount of heat. But if you have single pane, you could also do window tint to block that, which does a remarkable job. Okay, so I'm asked how to measure the window. Obviously from quarter round to quarter round, you're going to get, this one measures 31 1/4. So what you want to do is you want to measure it inside where the actual balance goes to the other side. So this one's going to be 32 inches. It's a 2/8, 2 feet 8 inches is how they measure it. So this is a 2/8, and then to get the height of it, you measure from the inside of the sill. So we have to open the window to get down to the bottom. And you measure up to where the window inserts into the top, which is 62 inches. It's actually 5'2". So this window is a 2/8, 5'2" window, or 32 by 62 inches. So when you order it, order a 2/8, 5'2" window.